Yo, what's up YouTube? It's OG, and today we are going to be doing a first impression video, the new update. Now obviously there is so much new content in the game, and as like a player that has pretty much done everything in the game already, I've been playing this game for 2 years, beta player. Um, it's one of the first updates that I feel actually excited about, just because there's actually like new content that affects me. So, the star points, it's huge. All these new star powers that's coming out. I'm actually really looking forward to those. So, I'm just going to be covering the main points in the update that I feel are the most crucial things. I'll talk about them a little bit, maybe do pros and cons for a few of them. I'll get some tick gameplay going on in the background so I don't bore you guys too much. But yeah, let's get into the video. Okay, so the first thing that I want to talk about is tick. Obviously that's pretty much all everyone's been talking about so far on Twitter, at least. Along with like Siege, but I'll get into that later. But first off, I really love Tick's design, and I can see them doing some really cool skins with him. And then also the design for his like super attack and how his super attacks mechanics work. Kind of reminds me of like the dogs from Mario, the chain chomps. So I'm a really big fan of that, and I really like how you can get him on the trophy road too. Because obviously it's so hard for all these new players, just, all the mythic brawlers come out, all the legendaries, and I know how tough it is. I have a free-to-play account, so obviously it's a bit of a struggle. Like my main account, I'm not gonna lie, I'm pay to win, so it doesn't affect me too much, but I think it's really great that they did release him on the trophy road. Now, a few things that I don't like about Tick, though, is how like low skill capped he kind of is. He has a really wide attack radius, and it's just so spammy, I feel like, and it's just so forgiving. And Barley Shot is kind of like that, but Tick's is just like even worse than Barley Shot. So I feel like it's gonna kind of overshadow Dynamite again, even though Dynamite just got a buff, but it's not like the biggest buff. It doesn't really change too much for him. But Tick, I feel like, I don't know, it's just kind of awkward too, like shooting on top of you. Obviously it's new, so like I have to get adjusted to it. Just first impression, I'm not really like feeling his main attack too much. I do love his super attack, like I said, and I think another thing that bugs me about his main attack so much is just the RNG placements. It's like kind of how Bo's Mines used to be. I don't know if you guys remember that, but at one point Bo's Mines, they had like a bunch of different patterns that it could spawn into. I'm pretty sure now they fixed it and it's a set pattern every time. And Spike used to be RNG attack 2 way back when, so hopefully the dev team, after their vacation, which is well deserved, hopefully they can fix that and kind of give Tick a set pattern. Also, another thing that really worries me about Tick is I think a lot of people are going to underrate him, and when Supercell sees that people underrate a brawler, especially a new one, they tend to give them a pretty big buff. And I feel like he's the type of brawler that if you got a really big buff, he could like ruin the meta again. And we'd be seeing really frequent tick bans and pro gameplay, stuff like that. So I think he's pretty solid right now. Everyone's still getting used to him, obviously. He's not the highest skill cap by any means, just because of the wide attack radius. So hopefully he finds like a decent place, like mid-table in the meta, and he doesn't get a huge buff. Alright, so next up, let's get into the star powers. Now, I don't want to go too in detail about all of these because I do want to do their own videos. But first impression-wise, I am loving the concept of having 2 star powers. It just brings like an extra level of depth to competitive gameplay, which is obviously one of the things that does really interest me about Brawl Stars. So just judging by looking at some of them too, some of them sound so cool, and personally, I'm a big Piper fan, and I never liked Piper's current star power, so I'm really excited for hers. Another one that really stood out for me is Pam's new one, where the turret can actually damage your opponents. So that one sounds pretty OP too, and I'm also a big Brock fan, so I would love that 4th rocket. But out of the ones that came out so far, I feel like we kind of got some really boring ones to start it off with. But it doesn't matter, there's a lot of cool ones coming down, but I really like Shelly's so far. I don't know, like people thought Nita's was going to be broken. I don't really see it that much. It's all like really situational because it's hard to get like a Nita bear to do a lot of damage. And again, I want to do a video on this probably like tomorrow or the day after, so I won't go into too much detail, but I'm loving Shelly's right now, and I know there's a bunch of dope ones coming too, so I'm really excited for the new star powers. Okay, and some of the cons for the new star powers, they are going to be pay to win. I have so many comments and it's like, yeah, like it's easy for you, you know, you have all the star powers. Like I can push my brawlers to 500 if I had them too. And you know, star powers do help a lot. And obviously they are kind of difficult to get. I had really good luck yesterday actually. I got like my tick to level 9 and then all the star powers in like 200 boxes. That was actually amazing. And I still have my 150,000 coins, which I will be hoarding until they find a purpose. But I mean, it does kind of suck that, you know, it is like more pay to win, but we all want what's best for Brawl Stars, and for it to be successful, it does need to make money. So I don't mind supporting it if they're going to make good content, personally. Obviously, not everyone can do that, but, you know, I think it's for a good cause. You know, it keeps the game going, keeps the dev team paid, and everyone, so as long as they keep putting out good stuff, I'll buy it. Who am I kidding? Alright, so next up, the thing that me and all the beta players, or all the players that are all 500 brawlers, and you know, there's just no end game content for them, are most excited about, it's definitely the star points. So I'm still trying to get a grasp of what exactly the star points are, so I'm just going to read like the definition that was given in the Reddit post of the patch details. So star points are a new currency which you can use for exclusive items such as star skins. More items will come in the future. You get star points when you rank up your brawlers to ranks 10, 15, and 20. And at the end of every season, trophies that are lost are now converted to star points. Star points will be given retroactively if you have already ranked up a brawler. Okay guys, so this is actually huge, and you know, it actually incentivizes some people to push. No, I'm not saying I'm gonna go hit like 23k, because that would just be impossible right now, I think, since they reverted Siege or whatever, but it definitely like gives me some motivation to go out and play the game, because I really like the bow skins. Bow is one of my favorite brawlers, so I definitely want to pick both those bow skins up. They look so OP. And you know, before you would just like push like for whatever, like that one season I pushed like 14-15 hours on average a day. There were some days where I probably pushed like 20 hours or something like that. And you know, at the end of the season, all I got was 8 boxes or something like that, which I had no use for at all. And I really like how they made the skins like star points only. Like you can't pay to buy them or anything, because that would kind of ruin it. So, you know, I'm really happy with what they've done here, and I know tons of players are motivated again to play it. And you know, it is just a really good thing to add to the game, because you know, obviously they're going on break, and this kind of just gives us some motivation to keep grinding, and you know, keep working up to those bow skins and pro skins and like all the chromas of the skins. Those are so OP, by the way. I really like that how they did it. It kind of reminds me of League, if any of you play that. So yeah, I'm curious what else they will add to the shop, because they do say more items will come in the future, so who knows what they'll add. Maybe some cool stuff, but I think this is such a good thing to add to the game. I can't think of any cons for this, and you know, it is just long overdue in my opinion, but I'm really happy that they added something like this to just kind of like motivate me to play the game a little more. And yeah guys, I am really ecstatic about the star points. Okay, now probably the saddest part about the update is the maps that they removed. So they removed some classic maps and some of my personal favorite maps. So in order, I would have to go Bot Drop is my all-time favorite Siege map. It was the only one that had its own meta. And you know, the rest of the Siege maps, they literally feel like the exact same thing for me. Besides, like, it's all like the same like lazy design. Besides, like, a few blocks are changed up here and there, but like Bot Drop was actually original and creative. And I haven't checked out the new Siege map, so you know, maybe they added some really cool ones, but I kind of doubt it. Just by looking at the maps that they added last time, they literally all looked exactly the same, and you know, it's like the same brawlers on every map. So I'm really gonna miss Bot Drop and Pinhole Punt. Oh my god, guys, that was like one of the first, I think that was the second Brawl Ball map that ever came in rotation. Backyard Bull came out first. And you know, just so much nostalgia on that map. I love that map so much. Really good spike map. So definitely sad to see that one go. And another big map for me would be Bridge Too Far. Now, I just like that map because it was so different from every other heist map, and it was all long-range brawlers, which no other heist map is like, and it did have its own meta, so I really liked how it was different in that sense. And some other notable maps that are gone are Deep Siege, Sneaky Fields, and Stone Fort or Bone Box. So definitely, and there are other maps removed. Those ones are just my favorite. So I'm definitely sad to see some of those maps go. I haven't played all the new maps. I've tried the Brawl Ball map that was out yesterday wasn't that good in my opinion. I forget what it was called, but I do like the bounty map that's out in rotation today. That one was actually like not bad, and it did seem a little different. And they did remove a lot of bounty maps. Dry Season was pretty good. Bullpen I had fun on too. And Excel, I actually really liked Excel. Like at first I hated it, but it was starting to grow on me. So I definitely need to give these these new maps a fair try, but I'm definitely sad to see some of the maps go. Okay, so the maps were definitely the saddest part about the update, but here's the worst part about the update. Now, they completely ruined the mode Siege, in my opinion. I've probably played like 5 hours of it so far, and it is just so bad right now. Oh my god. Like, I really like how they tried balancing it trophy-wise, because it was really broken for trophy pushing. That's the only reason I got 22,000, just because I played Siege literally non-stop when Siege was out, and it was so unbalanced compared to the other modes. So I get why they felt the need to balance it, but they literally ruined the mode trying to balance it. And it isn't, they made the robots way too strong. First off, now you can get one push like super easily with like a level like 1 robot. It's ridiculous because a level 1 robot feels like a level 8 one now, just like the pace it goes at, and it is just so strong. And now you're forced to either play a really offensive comp and try to one push, or if you don't get it with a really offensive comp, you're kind of screwed. And tanks are kind of like a necessity from my experience so far. And obviously they were good before, but now you just cannot defend the robots properly. So I feel like we're going to definitely see less diversity in comps just because of that. And Siege just feels so rushed to me, and there's just so much wrong with it. I won't rant for too long about it. I just really hope they don't leave the mode like this forever, because I don't think I've heard anyone say that they like this way better. So personally, I really liked the old Siege. It just felt so unique from all the other modes with its duration, obviously the giant robot spotting, and it was a little RNG with the bolts, but now you can just get spawn trapped so easily. Like, you can get one push so easily, or you can one push so easily, and I don't know, it's just, there's so much wrong with it, I feel like, and they could have done a much better job on fixing Siege. Obviously, I like what they were doing, trying to balance out the trophies so it wasn't, insane. You could only push in Siege when it was out, but they just did such a poor job with it, trying to fix it. And, I will definitely not be playing Siege as much as I used to, just because I really do not enjoy the mode as it is right now. So hopefully they get some feedback on it and they decide to do something about it after their vacation. But for the next like month or month and a half, how long their vacation is, I will not be playing Siege, guys. I cannot stand the mode right now. Let me know what you guys think about Siege in the comments, because I cannot stand it at all. Alright guys, so overall I am happy about the update. I really like what they did. And if it wasn't for the last 2 points where they removed those really good maps, the unique maps, and obviously Siege, I think it would probably be the best update that's Brawl Stars ever had in my 2 years of playing it. But this is definitely a top 3 update. I just do not like what they do with Siege at all, and then they remove such good maps. And obviously there's a bit of issues with tick and whatever, but overall I'm really, I'd rather have a brawler that's like not like insanely OP and kind of low skill cap than like Rosa at release or something. Like, imagine they released Rosa and they went on vacation for 6 weeks. Like, I don't think anybody would be able to play the game. So I can't complain about tick too much, but this was definitely a really good update. And you know, the dev team's been trying really hard. I feel like they've been listening to the community a lot more than they used to in the past month, with the balance changes. Balance changes 2 times ago were a complete joke. The last balance changes were literally perfect. It's like the community came together and they made the balance changes together. So I definitely think they're starting to listen to the players a lot more, which I love. And you know, the star points amazing. The new star power is amazing. And again, this is all just first impressions. Who knows? Maybe I'll change my mind on some of this stuff. But I just wanted to get a video out to you guys as soon as possible. So yeah, let me know what you guys are thinking about the update in the comments. If you guys like it, if you don't, what you like and what you don't. And I will see you tomorrow with some PBL gameplay. By the way, I lost the final gameplay for the NA Open. So we did end up winning, but it kind of sucks because I wanted to show you it, and it's the last NA Open finals for now. But they said season 1 on Twitter, so I'm hoping for a season 2, which would be insane. And yeah, guys, I will see you tomorrow though. So peace.